If I
And it seemed like,
go ahead, go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead. I
You
was
look at uh, the second half, and it seemed like every time I asked Tate the same thing, it seemed like every time I was getting, right in something between 6 and 9 points, there'd be a deflection that goes directly under the basket to FAU, or a shot that goes in, sort of a circus shot as they're going to the ground. Are those the things that sort of just happen whenever your team is struggling? Those things happen, seem to find a way.
Well, when you're trying to learn how to win, that's what this team's doing. They're trying to figure out how to play big in big moments. We haven't done it real well yet, and when you're chasing like that and you're not sure of it and you haven't really mastered that part of the game, which is it's different than just playing well. It's winning, and we haven't mastered that yet, and that's what happens. It seems like a guy falls down, throws one up, and it goes in. We have a layup, and it just rims out. So, again, I thought the second half, I'm going to try to look on the bright side. About second half, we started getting our offense going. We tried a little new offense, and probably not enough time to do that. And I was trying to slow the game down a little bit, but we're going to have to play Marshall basketball. And, of course, Gorin and George coming back will help us and gives us a bigger lineup, and we can do some things. But, there was a couple of bright spots. We got to be better. I'm going to look and see if going from man to zone, if that's what we want to do. We played a little bit of zone, and we were experimenting a lot. When you're experimenting at this level, usually doesn't work too well.
Initial thoughts on Chase McKee? Obviously, a tough spot, but his first career start, and it seemed like he brought the energy that you've been talking about you want guys to have.
Well, he had 4-6, 1 of 2, 4 rebounds. You can pick that up a little bit. He's -2 on the floor. He's one of the low minuses on the floor. He had 3 turnovers. He had one right toward the end of the game that hurt us that he has to learn not to do. But I thought overall for a freshman getting up on the floor, I thought he played pretty well, Obina, wow, that's my sharpshooter. I don't know where that came from, but you know what? He does it in practice, and that's time in the arena, and it looks good. If he gets consistent with that, then we're going to keep getting better. We'll get better. I thought Tavion struggled early. Looked like he started getting his rhythm toward the end of the game, started getting to the rim and finishing. Andy's been off all week, didn't get to practice with us, and I think you could see that in his game a little bit. He wasn't quite ready to play, but he didn't get approved to play until this morning. That's the first time he's been with us for a week. So, without George, without 2 starters, there were some bright spots, but not bright enough. I can't hear you. Is somebody saying something? Is somebody talking, or because I can't hear you? Is that it?
Now, Coach, you look at some of this losing streak, you all falling behind consistently early, and obviously, when you're having the offensive struggles that you all are, how much does that magnify those early runs that the opposition's getting?
Well, we're not good enough to get behind, so that's big, and we got to come out. But the last game we got up 10 and lost, so it's neither here nor there. We're just not playing as consistently offensively as we need to. And I know it sounds funny, but when you don't play well offensively, it digs into your defense. And it doesn't seem to be as good. One, you don't put pressure on their shots because they're ahead all the time. If we can get them back and make it to where every shot counts for them instead of every shot counts for us, then it makes it a little bit better defensively. So we'll look at film, get better. It's a long road. I mean, we've been here before. Again, I think we have enough talent, if it all pulls together, to look pretty good and have a chance when we get down toward the end of this season, go into the tournament.
Coach, you dreaming of that day when you can have everyone at full strength and full health, and you can look out there and say, okay, I got my guys here, and let's see what we can do.
Well, you always do that, but again, you got to win. Okay, we had 2 missing, they had 2 starters, but still, we've got to win, and then we've got to make sure that everybody's playing. The biggest thing, we got, Tavion started getting his rhythm. We got to get him in rhythm, and I think he will. He's dedicated to the sport and to working hard. I don't know, where he is pressure-wise, but you know what? I just got confidence that he's going to find his rhythm. When he does, we become a much better ball club.
Good guys.
Is that it?
Thanks, Dan.
All right, fellas. Go, Herb.
Dan.